Hey guys, Wes here with Cheap Trains. If you guys were wondering why I call it cheap and not inexpensive, this is where I normally hatch out my chickens in the spring. My hens haven't laid any eggs in a while, so I'm not hatching any out this year. So I decided set up a model railroad, and then next year I can just put that incubator underneath the table, get that out of the way. So just a little update. Started laying down some of my track. This isn't staying here. That's actually for my top loop. Well, what I did is I just have everything nailed in position right now. Nothing's glued down, just to make sure I've got enough clearances coming through my tunnels. This one here is just going to go through my bypass. This one here runs all the way out through the other side. You can see the track there. And then inside of this here, I just used a corrugated cardboard that was the same size as the cork, just as a spacer. I've just smeared that with white glue, set a weight on it for a few hours so it was down. Now it won't move. What have I got done? Yeah, typically I'll only buy 3 pieces of flex track every 2 weeks, with enough cork to put that track down, and maybe a turnout, and that way I'm not in a rush to get everything finished. So I have enough to come through my other tunnel over here. That's gonna come out and gonna meet up here. There's gonna be a crossover, and then kind of see the 2 lines here. 2 more tracks coming down, and then the loop here, or where the school's gonna be, I think. Just wanted to give you guys that little bit of an update. I always put my track down first, and then I'll mark it out with a different color marker than I've been using. So typically red, that's my final color. I want to make sure that my trains can actually make it all the way around the bends without derailing and stuff. I had a problem right here last night where that the stock car is there. I had too sharp of an angle, so every time that the tender for this locomotive would go around, one of the wheels would pop off. So I had to make that curve a little bit wider. Now it's fine. And this piece here isn't staying here either. That's coming off. There's going to be a curve here that comes up to that grade that's sitting up there. Just thought I'd give you guys that little update and a little how I lay my track first of all. Make sure that everything works, then I'll take it up and glue it into position. Because it would really suck to get all your track laid out and then have to rip everything up just because, say, there's something under a turnout or something, or you cut your flex track too long, so you had to put a too sharp of a bend in it. So as soon as your trains hit it, it starts derailing, which would make it not fun at all if you have to either avoid that part of your track that you spent that time to do and that you wanted it there for a reason. Oh, I was probably running my 484 loco around with the tender last night for probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours, to make sure that everything worked the way I wanted it to. And hopefully, if you do this, when you glue it down, you'll have no issues whatsoever because your track will be nice and secure in position. So, I think that just about covers it. Oh, and another thing I always do is test my remote turnouts before I put them in place and wire them through the table and stuff like that. Because if I had a few when I used to do AHO scale, I put them in, solder them in place, hook it up, hit the button and nothing happens. Run new wires, still nothing. It's just a bad turnout, but that was 25 years ago or so, so hopefully standards have picked up since then. And when you're running your locos around, don't forget to go in forward and reverse. And what I'll do is, if I have pretend this is my locomotive here. This is the front. So if it's going this way through the turnout, we're going to pretend this here is the front. The bombs. And it's like, oh yeah, that works fine. So it goes forward and backwards. What I'll also do, I'll turn it so the train's going in the opposite direction. And run it through. And then go back, just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with the turnout. Forgot to mention that. I thought I'd add that in there in the end. Well, give a thumbs up if you would, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so already. Alright, so probably see you guys on Thursday. Till then, keep running the tracks. Bye.